Alright, welcome one and all to another edition of Fat Dad Racing. I'm your resident host, Fat Dad, your middle-aged, beard-gutted nobody from nowhere, just trying to grab a little piece of virtual motorsport glory. And today, we are back at Brands Hatch. I posted a video a few days back where I went for the time trial leaderboards with the Formula Ultimate. That is Riza Studios' copycat F1 car, and it's a pretty dang good one. On Brands Hatch, a great historic track in England, you would never see a modern F1 car at Brands Hatch. It's just not built for these kind of cars. These F1 cars are actually pretty big and they're really fast. And Brands Hatch, I guess it's too old to an old school track, but there's still lots of racing here, lots of different classes. Just not the Apex Predator cars. They're just too fast. But that's the great part about sim racing is you can take whatever car you want on whatever track you want, whenever you want, in your underwear. I mean, you can't beat that. You could race nude, I guess. Gross. But you know, yeah, that's the appeal. So I digress. Back to the topic at hand. I'm gonna look at my tuning setup. The last time I did it, I was able to get to 5th place. On the leaderboard, there's 131 racers who posted a time on this car and track combination, and I was 22nd when I first attempted this weeks, maybe months ago at this point. Actually, the time before the last time, I got a 9th place. I was able to improve. I want to get in the top 10, but there was an glitch in the video and it wasn't usable. And then the last time I tried, I got to 7th and then went out for a few more laps and got to 5th. And that's where I sit now. The car ahead of me is only 2/100ths of a second. And I went for those 2/100ths, and at the end of that last video, you could see I made a little montage of what was happening. I was tired, and I was pushing. I had tunnel vision, and I was pushing without making the correct adjustments, and it just didn't end pretty. And so I left it at that, at 5th place with 2/10ths. 2/100ths. 2/100ths of a second, actually slightly less than that, than 4th place. And then the guy ahead of him, it's a bigger gap. It was several tenths. So I think I've got it. I think I watched that video back and I saw the places where I gained the most time. And I saw the turns where maybe I could have changed the line a little bit. And so I'm going to go ahead and use those adjustments and I'm going to try for a better time. I'm going to try 4th place for sure. Those 2/100ths, I know I've got that in me. But the tenths, I don't know. So let's find out together. And setup, I think it's how I left it. And you know what? I think I'm just gonna leave it right the way it is. And that 7th gear, slight lift. 5th gear. Oh, I took it to 4th. I should have kept it in 5th. 6th gear, apex hugging. Whoa! Oh no! Oh man! Oh, I barely. That's how tight this track is, and that's how narrow your margins are when you're operating at a car at this kind of performance level, at this kind of speed. I barely touched that grass with my left rear tire, but because my wheels were at an angle, it just, man, that difference in grip, it just slung me around. Woo! I have a feeling this is going to be happening a lot today. Oh me, oh my. I'm right on the edge. I'm pushing the car and my skill set to the limit. You have to drive the car on the absolute razor's edge and wring every single drop of performance out of it and every single drop of your skill to get the fastest times. And right now I've pushed myself to the limits of my skills. And I'm pushing this car to the limits of its ability. And that's what it takes to turn a really hot lap. Okay, here we go. Keep it 7th, 5th, apex as tight as possible to get out of that corner as quick as possible and get on the throttle early as you possibly can. How many times can I say possible? Possible. 57.10, I think. Let's see, boys and girls. That corner, man. Cooking around that corner. Alright. We're moving in the right direction. Flipping the throttle. Looking for the best exit possible. I took 2 gears on that going down. Spanked that corner. Show that corner who's daddy. Who's fat daddy? Me. Oh, we're shaving time. Oh, we're shaving glorious 10th. Oh, come on. Shaving glorious 10th. Oh, baby, it feels so good. This car is like on rails. Wrecked the car, I don't give a shit. Let's go see what we just did. We just made some hay right there. I think I'm still chasing time. The problem is I can't really take my eyes off the car right now. Personal best is a 196, a 56.196. So I've got to come off of that. Man, I can straight cut that corner, but thankfully the track limits are pretty generous. Last turn, gotta be perfect. Pretty good. Whoa. Oh yeah! Woo! Yeah, baby. Hell yeah. Hell yeah. Look at that in the bottom left. My potential lap, 56.04. My previous lap was a 56.04. My session best was a 56.04. Personal best is a 56.04. But who gives a rat's ass about those first 4 things? Number 5, in the bottom left, world record, 56.040. That's my time, boys and girls. Woo-hoo-hoo-wee! That was a hot ass lap. Let's see. Let's take a look at the leaderboard. Let's see. I know my gap from me to this next guy is gonna be. Look at that. Look how close that is. I am only 2/1000ths of a second quicker than second place. That is crazy. That's how close that lap was. That's how I had to take that car and drive it within an inch of its life. And I had to use every single bit of my skill set, my admittedly modest skill set, and I had to wring that car within an inch of its life to get that time. That time, if there's no way, unless you are just a machine, like a crazy just driving machine, could you turn a lap like that consistently? That was a hot lap. And that took everything. Maybe the best racers, yeah, they probably get better than that and do it every lap. But for somebody like me, there's no way I could do that lap after lap after lap after lap. I had to drive that car on the razor's edge to get to where I'm going. But we did it, folks. We started out fifth, jumped to fourth, jumped to third, and then went hard at it. There's going to be a lot of fat trimmed out of this video. It's almost an hour long, so I'm going to have to trim out a bunch because nobody's going to want to watch an hour of this. But that was something else. I feel good about that. That was awesome. So anyway, folks, once again, thanks for joining me on our little time trial adventure. The Formula Ultimate. This is Formula Riza's Formula One car. It's their answer to a Formula One car, and it is a very good, in my opinion, is a very good copy. On the historic Brands Hatch circuit, we went for the top of the leaderboard, and we got it. So until next time, folks, this has been Fat Dad Racing. I'm your resident Fat Dad, chasing that virtual motorsport glory, one leaderboard, one messed up lobby at a time. See you around.